Bless you. Thank you. Put your hands together for Fred. You've been fantastic tonight, eh? Come on. This is lovely, actually. Last time I was in Liverpool, I was doing a gig. It was for a pharmaceutical company. It was so interesting doing a gig to 500 people who were in charge of drugs. Normally when I do a gig, there's like one person who's in charge of drugs. And as soon as I said that, you've all gone fucking quiet, haven't you? It's... But I've got to say, I do love coming to Liverpool, and I've got to say that my favourite comedian to come from Liverpool has got to be John Bishop, hasn't it? And we all know that John's doing the new show where he interviews lots of different celebrities, and he got the idea because he's always wanted to go on Come Down With Me. Can you imagine John Bishop going on Come Down With Me? And he's on there with Gary Barlow and David Beckham. And Gary turns around to David and says, I tell you what, David, you know what? You are an absolutely fantastic, phenomenal footballer, you know, but there is a question I've been meaning to ask you now for a long, long time. Which is, what was the most memorable game you've ever played for England? And David turns around and says, oh, you know, the most memorable game I'd ever say I've played for England is when England versus Afghanistan. And... the ball came to me and I shouted mine, and and everyone shat themselves and ran off the pitch. But then I thought to myself, if you speed David Beckham up a little bit more, eventually you will turn into Michael McIntyre. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in my favourite place. It's Liverpool. Yes! Yes, I love Liverpool. My favourite place is good. I like it. Yes, it's good. Yes, I like it. Yes. I love Liverpool. What I love about Michael is he's very middle class. I love middle class people. Middle class people tend to do this thing where they say a bad word in front of a good word to make the good word sound even better than what it actually is. Michael would say to me like, yes, I went to the park last week and my two boys, Lucas and Oscar. Lucas! And it was terribly exciting. It wasn't just exciting, it was terribly exciting. I used the word terribly in front of exciting to make exciting sound even more exciting. And I can see you all now looking at me now. You're all looking at me thinking, I can't believe it. It's Michael McIntyre's face with Harry Hill's head. It's a nightmare. But then I thought to myself, can you imagine if Michael was actually even more posh? Because if Michael McIntyre was even more posh, eventually he would sound like Jimmy Carr. What I love about Jimmy Carr's, after every joke, he looks surprised. So what I want to do for you now, ladies and gentlemen, is tell you a joke as Jimmy Carr. When I finish telling the joke, do the surprise look. So here we go. Last week, a lady complained because I done a joke about someone who's got a stutter. I said, well, I'm very sorry, but why have you got a problem about me doing a joke about someone who's got a stutter? She said, because my son's got a stutter. I said, well, just as well he didn't complain, we'd be here all fucking night. But no, it's lovely to be... this is my voice now, by the way, if anyone's confused. That was doing Ant and Dec all of a sudden there, didn't you? Ha-ha! I got to say, it's great that Ant's back out to reach. Do you know Ant and Dec, right? They could do anything, and even if they were shit, people would forgive them. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ant and Dec could be managers of the England football team. Even if they've done a bad job, people would forgive them. But that would be good, wouldn't it? Ant and Dec being managers of the England football team. Can you imagine that? They would turn it into a TV show, wouldn't they? Eh? That's right, so welcome back to the changing room. Well, we're about to pick the starting 11 for the World Cup qualifiers, so here we go. Joe Hart, it's not you. No, but I drove here, actually. I normally get the train. I've got to say, train announcers have the most boring voice, don't they? Honestly, you stood there on the platform. You need someone with an entertaining voice doing train announcements. That's why I think someone like Alan Carr would be fantastic, wouldn't he? You'd be stood there on the platform, all you can hear is, bing bong. The next train approaching platform 3. The next train approaching platform 3 is the 1932 service to Cockermouth. Here, I might jump on that one myself. The delay to this service is due to the fact that someone's jumped in front of a train in Macclesfield. To be fair, I can't say you blame him. Have you been to Macclesfield? Honestly, it's a shithole, innit, love? Honestly, even Bear Grylls wouldn't survive in Macclesfield, would he? I gotta say, though, yeah, I do love Bear Grylls, but do you reckon he takes the wildlife into the bedroom with him? So, here I am, currently in the bedroom with my wife. Conditions here are quite damp. Which makes starting a fire quite tricky. There also appears to be some dense foliage. I really hope I don't lose my watch. But I love Bear Grylls because it's real. Do you know what I mean? Unlike some pretentious shows like X Factor. Do you know the man who does the voiceovers for the X Factor, Peter Dixon? Peter Dixon, right? They were going to get rid of him, right? But he was going to be leaving at the wrong time because at that time, Sainsbury's just got a new voice for their self-service checkouts, right? Wouldn't you just go and shop at Sainsbury's just to hear unexpected item in the bagging area? Stop trying to put one item through when I know you've got two. You thieving bastard. Trust that to get a laugh in Liverpool. Fuck off, you stereotypical prick. But I've got to say, last time I was at the supermarket, actually, I got myself into a confrontational situation. And whenever I get myself into a confrontational situation, I've got to become somebody else. And at this particular moment in my life, I just had to turn into Johnny Vegas, right? Basically, I was parked. In a parent and child space. And this bloke came up to me. He said, "Excuse me, do you know you're parked in a parent and child space?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you know you've got to have a child to park there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, where's your child?" I said, "My child is tied up in the boot." Along with me monkey who stole all my adverts. But Bill said to me as well, "Do you do any American people?" I didn't until Donald Trump turned up. Do you know what I mean? I mean, God, this is a man. I mean, Donald Trump is the only president that I've ever seen from, like, American president that looks like he's straining for a poo before he starts talking. Have you seen? You look at Donald Trump's face before he starts talking, he's like this. Do you know, I gotta say, this one's gonna be huge. But, you know, we need to make America great again. We need to make America safe again. I was at the airport a couple of weeks ago and I saw my sister. She said to me, "Hi, Donald." I said, "Hi, sis," and everybody evacuated. It was really bad. Well, this is a bloke. He was a businessman. Then he was a reality TV star. Then he became president. As he's president, he has actually had a couple of meetings with Kanye West in the White House, which makes me think, is he going to become a rapper after he's finished his presidency? He thought, fuck it, I might as well just have a go at that. And I think if Donald Trump was a rapper, it would go like this. "That's right, that's me, T-I-U-M-P. Into politics now, forget reality TV. Got beautiful hands, wealth and power, and all the pretty ladies like to climb the Trump Tower. Build a wall so tall for you all to see that nobody at all can build a wall like me. So don't be insecure, I'm just better than you. And if you're lucky, let you see my giant IQ. And then after that, it's going to be fucking Trump the Musical, isn't it? Huh? It's going to be in the West End. You know, you imagine the chorus line coming forward, then the Donald turns up, and the opening song, I think, would be this. "How do you solve a problem in North Korea? How do you make Kim Jong-un take a fall? How do you stop those bombs from going nuclear? A slap on the wrist, a kick up the ass, build a wall. Military force is one of many options. Imagine all the destruction that would bring. But with sanctions there's nothing solved, and the Russians won't get involved. Putin, the Putin, won't mean a thing. So how do you solve a problem in North Korea? I know. I'll drop a nuclear bomb and blame Beijing. God bless America. Thank you so much. But now he's become pally with Nigel Farage, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? And Nigel Farage always gets annoyed in interviews and people always get his name wrong, you know? People always say to him, is it Nigel Farage or Nigel Farage? And he always replies with, what would you drive your car into? And they say, a garage. He said, well, there you go. It's Nigel Farage, you know? I've got to say, I would love it if you got that question from someone from Liverpool. Can you imagine that? So, mate, is it Nigel Farage or Nigel Farage? What would you drive your car into? Depends what fucking haters, mate. Piss me off, it'll be your fucking front room window. But I've just got back. I'm going to leave you on this. You've been lovely tonight. It's flew by. But listen, I've just got back from my holidays. I love when you go on your holiday. People always say the same thing. Because we were going to go to Australia. Has anyone been to Australia before? Australia. Do you know what I love about Australian people? Is I think they're mental, right? Do you know why I think they're mental? Because they swim in the sea, right? They've got the most dangerous predators in the world. Great white sharks, box jellyfish, Rolf Harris on a pedalo. He does all these lovely impressions, then all of a sudden he does a borderline pedo joke. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I tell you what annoys me when I go away, right, is I never know where anything is in our house. I think I do. We think we do, don't we, lads? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was looking for, before I come away, I've got to make sure I have my black Calvin Klein underpants for my gigs because I'm very superstitious and I think I'm going to have a bad gig if I don't wear them. So I'm looking for them and I can't find them. So I shout downstairs to me missus, babe, yeah, where's my black Calvin Klein underpants that I like to wear for my gigs? They're upstairs in the top drawer. She's from Essex, my missus. They're upstairs in the top drawer where they always are. I'm looking, I can't find them. They're not, they are, they're not, they are, they're not, they are, they're not, they are. I better go up there and I bet I'll find them. And they do, don't the lads? In the most patronising manner you can ever possibly imagine. And the thing is, girls, you're that good, right? You don't even have to look in the drawer, do you? They just stick their hand in and go, what's these? And it makes me think, you know, all these myths about the Loch Ness Monster. All these people have been going down there in scientific equipment trying to find it. No one's ever found it. Just get your missus. She'd fucking find it straight away, wouldn't she? You'd imagine all these people crowded around the loch. Your missus is like that. Out the way. Fucking what's this? Even the Loch Ness Monster's shocked. He's like, how the fuck did you just do that? You bet, you absolute bitch. I'm down there and mind my own fucking business. You just grab me by the fucking scruff of the neck. How camp is the Loch Ness Monster, by the way? I've just decided, right? Anyway, I decided to take it to Benidorm, saved us money from Australia, right? So anyway, I took it to Benidorm because I love karaoke and I got up and I sang a favourite song on the karaoke, which is Fever by Michael Bublé, right? But she didn't know I was going to do it in the style of Peter Griffin from Family Guy, right? I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a beautiful song for a beautiful young lady. This goes something a bit like this. Here we go. Never know how much I love you, yeah. Never know how much I care. Come on, Lois, yeah. When you put your arms around me, I get a feeling of your fuzzy hair, so trim your beaver. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been so lovely. Keep supporting live stand-up comedy. Keep coming to this comedy club. I've been Danny Posthill. If you haven't enjoyed me, I've been John Coleshaw. Good night. Thank you.